Hey guys, it's Lizzie. So I promise this isn't clickbait. I was almost at the ER yesterday and then everything was okay and I didn't have to go, but I was really stressed out about it. And also, I was recently hacked on multiple platforms, which really freaked me out because it was into my YouTube channel and into my website. So we'll talk about all of this going on into the video, but thank you everyone for joining the live stream. I'm so excited to hang out with you guys. I haven't live streamed, I think, in a week, which is kind of crazy because I used to live stream like several times a week. So yeah, also, hi Unapologetically Christian, hi Jocelyn, hi JC Penny. So this week I started doing my Bible studies. I'm doing subscriber Bible studies, 4 of them a week, which is pretty intense. Each are like an hour, hour and a half. So the first one on Monday is with my best friends group, my college friends group. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I'm doing ones with subscribers. Hi, Vince. And Vince was just in the Bible study one. So we're going through James. It's been really, really fun so far. I love how each group, everyone provides I'm so tired, you guys, because I was just with people and I FaceTimed my boyfriend, so I've done so much socializing today. But I'm reading the Bible more lately. That's so good. Yeah, it's so comforting being able to hear everyone's feedback and gather with other Christians during everything that's going on. So greetings from Peru. Hi, Victoria. What's happening, Lizzie? So do you guys want me to tell you the ER story or the hacking story first? What a coincidence, I'm reading James at the moment. Hi, Amy, how are you doing? Hi, Victoria. I'm reading Luke at the moment. Luke is really beautiful. It's very into like social justice, like women having a lot of role and poverty and everything. So hacking. Okay, hi, Michelle. So I was sitting on my couch the other day. This was probably like a week ago. And I get an email on one of my Gmails about my other Gmail saying someone knows my password to my Gmail, which is connected to my YouTube channel, and is about to get in. They live in Thailand, and basically, like, if I am getting onto a new device, like if I'm logging into my email on my iPad or my computer and for some reason it doesn't remember the password, or if I'm like out and at the Apple store and have to log into my email, it does something called touch factor authorization. And so basically you have to like press OK from my phone or add in like 6 digits of numbers onto the screen from my phone. So basically, no one can log into my email, which is connected to my YouTube channel, unless they have my physical cell phone on them, which is so good. So usually they're like, is this okay? But I didn't even get that on my phone since it was someone from Thailand. So instead, I just got on like my backup email to that email saying someone tried to sign in on my email. Hi, always. I have that feature also. Yeah, like, thank goodness I have this feature hooked up on my computer. So anyways, that happens. I changed my password. It's now like 25 digits or something. Like, it would be so impossible to guess my Gmail. So guys, don't try to hack into my Gmails anymore. It's not gonna work. And basically it was a really weak password, and I had the same passwords and I use the same passwords on literally everything. So one example is like, I realized 3 days after getting hacked that my PayPal has the same username, email, and the same password as my email that got hacked, and like on and on and on. So many things are connected to that I keep realizing. But then the next day, something happened with my website. So as you guys know, my website, do you think those hackers will go to hell? A long time in purgatory, probably, or I don't know. I think when you're trying to get into other people's like emails, especially YouTube channels, that's just so evil, trying to basically like take away my career from me. You know what I mean? If they went into my email and like deleted all my YouTube videos. Anyways, so then 2.0 getting hacked. My sister's saying that I'm always watching your videos and she said leave her alone. Did you press a random link and get hacked? I don't know. That's interesting to think that maybe I did something earlier on. I don't know. Anyways, so then 2.0 of getting hacked. So as you guys know, my website has been down for a long, long time because basically last year in summer, I had huge problems between my bank and my website, where my website was saying your bank blocked me and isn't able to charge you. And so I called my bank, talked to them for an hour, called GoDaddy, which is my website browser, talked to them for an hour, like back and forth, trying to get my payment to go through to redo my domain. So eventually I gave up because I was like crying on the phone because I was spending hours and hours and hours and hours trying to get my website working, because I have to pay for WordPress every month and pay for my domain every year. So basically, I finally gave up. I was like, you know what? I don't have to have my Lizzie's Answers website up. It's fine. I can do it another time if I want to. And I basically like completely forgot. Sometimes I would get like messages from people asking why my website's not up. But anyways, I kind of forgot about it. And I just, like, I give up easily when it comes to a lot of things. I think as like a remnant of when I was in depression for so long, when I would give up easily. So I still like give up easily on things that I shouldn't be giving up easily on. Anyways, so then I get an email. I see the email a day after it was sent, which is my bad. Like, I take full responsibility for the situation. I should be checking my email. So I got an email and it said, hurry, your domain is going to be auctioned off if you don't re-buy your domain by today. So I read it the day after and I'm like, oh no, my domain LizziesAnswers.com is getting sold, which is a problem because on the end screen of every single YouTube video, I have LizziesAnswers.com. So I was like, oh no, I need to go buy this right now. So I called GoDaddy and I talked to them for like an hour. Of course, it always takes like an hour to talk and figure out everything. So basically they're like, we can't do anything. It's already going to the auction site. And I was like, please, can you see if you can like hack into it and get my website back so I can pay for it? And I was like, I will Venmo you money. I told the employee, I will Venmo you money if you can just hack into it and get me my website back so I can pay for it. So they're like, sorry, this is impossible. It's going to be auctioned in a week. And all you have to do is auction for it. It's $10 to auction for it, and you'll definitely get it back. There's no way anyone else will try to get your website because it's like a small website. And I was like, I believed this employee because he understands how auctions work for GoDaddy. And apparently, like, I could just wait until the auction goes up in a week and get my website back for $10. So come auction day, I log in and I auctioned for it. Well, first of all, I don't know how this happened, but you know what happened? Okay, so right when he said it was auctioned, I went and bought it for $10. And then it had another week to go until the auction ended. So I get an email on the day the auction ends saying someone outbid you. And I'm like, what? Why is someone trying to purchase LizziesAnswers.com? That's so weird. Like, why would someone want my website who isn't my YouTube channel? I was so confused. So I go back and there's 5 minutes remaining in the auction. And I freaked out because it wouldn't let me log in. It's like you have to enable your email through your PayPal to get in. It was like really complicated to get in. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking, 5 minutes left. I have to log in. It was so stressful, so stressful. I was on FaceTime with my boyfriend being like, what do I do? What do I do? And then I called GoDaddy immediately for them to try to help me too. Anyways, so I'm not kidding. This person keeps bidding up and up and up and up. And the moment I bid $10 above the person, in a millisecond, they already bid above me. And this kept happening. And so it freaked me out because I realized it wasn't a person on the other end of the computer. On the other end, it was a computer or an algorithm or some kind of machine putting in the bids, because every time I bid, it immediately bid. And so I eventually won after the 5 minutes was over. I was the last person. I like clicked when we had a millisecond left. It said you won the bid, but then the timer started over. So I was like, what is happening? And I was on the phone with GoDaddy and they're like, we're trying to figure it out. Wait, let me get to the other team. And they're talking to me and they're like, just keep bidding and wait until the timer's about to run out so they don't get to go up and up and up and up and up. So anyways, I was so angry at this company and I'm still trying to get reimbursed. Wait until how this ends. I'm still trying to get reimbursed because this is the most unethical system ever. So I won the bid. Another 5 minutes goes by. I win the bid again, but the timer starts over at 5 minutes. Every time it starts over another 5 minutes. So eventually we're there for like an hour bidding each other. And this computer that a millisecond after bids $10 up, it gets up to $170. What originally I bought for $10 until the computer algorithm stopped bidding against me. It was GoDaddy making more money, milking more money from you. Absolutely, the fact that the timer thing goes off and they're allowed to keep bidding and keep bidding, even though, like, it literally said, even though the computer would bid a millisecond after me, it said, you won the bid from that 5 minutes. You won the bid from that 5 minutes. So eventually, after taxes and everything, I owed them $200 to get my domain back. So much, such a waste of money. It's literally $10 every year. Has GoDaddy been falling off lately? Yeah. So a couple days later, I talked to them on the phone for an hour trying to get reimbursed. Oh, no, that's not what happened. So then a week later, I wake up and I check my email and it says, your domain has been sold and is no longer on your website. And I was like, are we kidding? Who is doing this? And going back to the person bidding me, I feel like it's someone who knows about my YouTube channel, who's literally trying to mess with me and ruin my life and just wanted to steal the website domain for some reason. Because it's like, my website was valued at like $500 or something. So I think maybe like a random company was trying to buy it. Because honestly, I would have bought it like for more money from someone if they stole my website from me, just because it's in my emails, it's in all my YouTube videos. Like, I don't want someone to like put up a porn website or something. Like, who knows what someone will do with that? More like go scam me. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, they're like the only website domain who does everything. So anyway, so a week after this, after I paid $200 to get my website back, I wake up in the morning and they said, someone has taken your domain, or you don't own your domain anymore. It was taken out of your account. And so I called them, like freaking out, like crying. I literally apologized to the person. I'm like, I'm so sorry if I get angry at you or start crying, but I've had so many issues with you over the years and it's so stressful. So it's like after $200 and all of that work, I was losing my domain again. So I call them and after like an hour, they're like, we sent you this email. It is from us. It wasn't a spam email from someone else, but we don't know why it was sent. Your domain is inside your account. You can know that your domain's safe. It's there. We have no idea why this email was sent to you. So I was like, phew. But while I was on the phone with them, I was like, I'm gonna get my money back, because there's no way they need $200 from this whole scammy, like, timer starting over eBay thing. And by the way, the person told me eBay does the same thing. So let me know in the chat, does eBay do the same thing where if someone bids, it starts the timer over and over and over constantly in a loop? Like, does eBay do that? Because they kept referring to eBay. They're like, this is just how auctions work. And I was like, really? Like, I've never used eBay before, but it just is like the sketchiest thing ever that the timer starts like over and over and over again. Anyways, so everything's fine. I end up talking to a person, explaining the situation, and maybe an obsessive, crazy, fast stalker level Lizzie's Answers fan just wants to claim they own your website. Yeah, I literally, like, it was so interesting how my Gmail was hacked into, and then like 2 days later, my website was hacked into. That was just like, it was so interesting that they happened next to each other. Not the timer, but the bidding. Oh. What happens is that when you place a bid on eBay, you can place a low bid and a high bid that automatically sets it if you get outbid. Oh, okay. So they said that someone set it up to go up to like $170. Did you get your refund? No. I talked to them on the phone and I was like, can I talk to your manager? And they're like, oh, I don't have a manager you can talk to. So I'm like, please, like, da, 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 da. What you need to know about me, I know I just said I give up easily, but when it comes to companies, I fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. And I've gotten money back from like Apple, Canon, like huge companies have given me my money back and refunded me free products if I have a problem with the product. So like my track record is winning against companies and getting reimbursed for all sorts of problems. So finally he gives me Michelle says, you should have been a lawyer. Well done, Lizzie. You're guided by the Holy Spirit. Yeah, I was wanting to be an attorney if I did end up doing YouTube and everything. Anyway, so I was like, went around in circles. I was like, do you believe it is just what happened in the situation? And he's like, I'm not going to make a moral. We just like went around. We just want to waste time. Just wear them out and make them exhausted. And eventually they're like his manager, and he said they'll give me a call back, which they haven't, which is totally a lie. Maybe he like, I'm going to talk to my bank. I was also involved in a scam recently where there's this Instagram ad and they sent me shoes, and it was one of those things. It's kind of like Dollar Shave Club, like contact companies. Like there's so many things on Instagram where it's free, just pay shipping, and then you sign up for every month getting charged. So yeah, it was one of those things. And it was around Black Friday, and I just bought shoes from like Forever 21, and I was like, I want more shoes. So I think I paid like $15 for boots, and I got them, and they looked completely different than the website. Super ugly, nothing I want. So then I go to the website to try to figure out how to return it, and there's like nothing on the website. There's no phone number, there's no email. I like Googled the company, and there's nothing. So then, because I couldn't return it, I get charged the next month $40. And I was like, ugh, oh no. So then I call my bank, and they said that they are not able to block the charge because they have it set up that they just own my credit card information and they can keep charging whenever they want. So then my account in my bank, along with like millions of people part of my bank, I have USAA, by the way, which is the military bank. And because my mom's dad was in the military, and it like passed down generations, which is like the best bank ever. They have amazing customer service, and GoDaddy actually has amazing customer service too. So yeah, even though they have an unethical company, the people are really nice and like treat you well and everything. Anyways, so my bank got hacked into a lot of the accounts at a Wawa station. Anyone who had like gone to Wawa or something, and I had just been in Florida for a wedding, so that happened. But yes, love USAA. I know every time a company wrongs me, they always get it back. Anyways, so they had to issue me a new debit card, and in the meantime, this company that scammed me from Instagram kept charging me for several months. So at this point, they owe me like $80. I didn't get any product. There was no way on the website to order the product again. So it was a huge scam, and they even admitted it was a scam. So anyways, I tried through my bank to get my money back from the scam company, the shoe company, whatever it is, and they went through, filed the dispute, and it came out, no, you don't get your money back, even though I never got a product from the company. So anyways, I called up my bank again. We talked for an hour about the same scam company because it's $80, which I know, I don't know, that might not seem a lot of money to some of you, but to me, that's a lot of money. That's almost $100. And when I didn't even get anything out of it and wanted to return the flawed product, it's like, anyways, so recently I talked to an hour to my bank about this, and so then I'm going to eventually talk about the website problem with my bank to try to get money back from the bank, try to get money back from the website. But it's like I work so hard on my YouTube channel. Like I wake up in the morning, I immediately start working. I work until I fall asleep at night. Like I like work, like huge work ethic, like 70 hours a week or something. Like yeah, YouTube is like my number one passion in my life, and I love YouTube and working on it so much. Like always reading, always researching, always editing, always filming, always makeup for filming, like go. So when I spend an hour on something else, it's like a huge time away. Any loss of 20 or more is a big deal for an average person. Okay, $80 is a lot. Thanks. Yeah. So, hi Lizzie. Hi. Anyways, so that's my like hacking story of how I got hacked, tried to get hacked, and someone was like messing with me on my website, and then I was also involved in a scam. And now I can talk about the ER situation. ER. So that happened to me too when my bank account blocked the charge and called me right away for suspicious activity and then had me change my card. Yeah, I don't know why mine didn't. Anyways, so ER. So I recently left my psychiatrist's office because I have had so many problems with my psychiatrist personally, with her prescribing me meds that don't work. And the office where like sometimes she said she was going to send in an electronic prescription and it ended up not being sent in, and I ended up like being off my meds for several days because the office kept like lying to me on the phone that the prescription was sent in when it wasn't sent in, and just like a lot of logistical problems where like when you go to a psychiatrist, it's so easy. They give you a prescription and that's it. So yeah, I left my psychiatrist and I haven't had a psychiatrist since October. And I've been using this company called Live Health Online. It's an app and you literally like FaceTime with the doctor, basically like video chat with the doctor, and they give you meds. So I've been like lying to them and being like, I'm on a wait list with a psychiatrist. They have a really long wait list. So I keep lying to them for like, I'm like just moved, like telling them reasons why I need to use the online doctor, which isn't a psychiatrist, and like getting them to prescribe me meds, but like lying about it. But like I need my meds. So like I'll do whatever besides like stealing money or like killing someone, and like I'll do whatever I need to get my meds. I'm sure you guys who have like schizophrenia or bipolar or schizoaffective disorder get it, where it's like you need your meds. So anyways, I've been using this company called Live Health Online, which they accept insurance and everything, and I actually super recommend lying, but especially mental illness. Like I had to use the Live Health Online so many times with my ex-psychiatrist because they wouldn't prescribe me meds, and I was like, please just give me 3 days of meds or something, because like I don't know, for people who don't have a mental illness, you might not understand it, but it's like horrible withdrawal effects, and it like stops working as well. Like I can like shoot up manic or like fall into depression like within a couple days if you're off your medicine. That's just how it works for me. So anyways, I've been using this website. Thank you for the donation, Raul. It's so cute, the unicorn. So I've been using this website for like since October, and now it's like May. So finally it stopped working where they sent in the prescription and it didn't go through. It failed from the, yeah, it failed. So I called the pharmacy. They're like, it never came in. I checked the app and it like didn't go through. So then I FaceTime with another doctor and she's like, oh, yeah, you've used this too many times. You need to find an actual psychiatrist. We can't keep giving you medicine. And I start like tearing up because I need my medicine because I already was off of it for a day. And she said, just go to a walk-in clinic and you can get a prescription. So I'm like, okay, I can go to a clinic. It was like only 1 p.m. and was like, cool, I have the rest of the day. I can get this figured out. So I call like a walk-in clinic close to where I live, and they're like, we can't prescribe you psychiatric medications. We can't prescribe any psychiatric medications. So I was like, they were like, go to the emergency room. And I call 911 because here's the thing, like, I actually call 911 a lot because hi Amy, thank you for the donation. The pear is so cute. So my apartment building for some reason has a lot of fires in it, and literally like there'll be a fire alarm and we'll all go out and then it'll keep going like again and again and again, like constantly. So I'm the one who calls 911 and gets the firefighters to come to like turn it off. I don't know why they don't like automatically aren't linked up with the building. It's ridiculous. But anyways, so I've been calling 911 a lot lately. So I called 911, and in Florida, actually, when I was off my meds once, I called 911 to see if the ER would give me my medicine, and they said, no, if you go to the ER in Florida, they won't prescribe you your psychiatric medication. And I was like, what the heck? Like, what do you do if you can't get an appointment? Like, the general doctor refuses to give you your meds. The ER refuses meds. The walk-in clinic refuses meds. Like, you have to have a psychiatrist. But, like, if you can't get a psychiatrist appointment, which is so hard, get that fire to come, Lizzie. Yeah, I lived in Florida for a year after I graduated. So anyways, I was in California, though, and apparently, like, you can get psychiatric medications if you go to the ER. So they were like, here's your closest hospital. I like wrote down the phone number, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the hospital. So in the meantime, the pharmacy said they could prescribe me a couple days of my medicine because I couldn't get it in time. So I was going to go there and then go to the hospital and walk into the emergency room. And I was like, this is horrible timing because everyone's there who's sick from COVID. And so I'm gonna I have like my pink daisy mask on, and I was like, I'm gonna contract the disease from being in here and probably wait for like 3 hours. So I brought like my 1,000-page Resurrection of the Son of God book there. But anyways, I get to the pharmacy and miracle happened where for some reason the medication prescription was able to go through from the Live Health Online. So I was like, yay, I don't have to go to the ER. I did not want to go to the ER. It sounded horrible. So yeah, I almost had to go to the ER to get medication because I was off for a day. And there was like no way, like, I don't think you guys understand, and this is where I give up easily. Like, I've been trying to find a new psychiatrist and like no one accepts health insurance. Like, so many psychiatrists, I don't know if it's because I'm in like a bougie area or something, but like I would Uber so far to find a psychiatrist. It's only once a month, right? But like I call so many psychiatrists and they're like, we don't accept health insurance. And it's like, I don't know what people are supposed to do. So yeah, I don't have a psychiatrist and I haven't since October. So, I mean, the thing is, like, my bipolar has been, like, what? Yeah, I haven't had a psychiatrist since October, but I've been using the live medication this entire time. But at least the ER story wasn't as serious as I expected to be. In New Hampshire, it is the opposite. They only accept health insurance. You're so lucky. Our healthcare systems need some serious revising. Yeah, I feel like if you're rich, you can have a mental illness and treat it really well. But if you don't have money, it's like, I don't know what they expect you to do. Can't imagine how much out of pocket would be. Oh, I can't imagine. It is like, well, one place I called, they said it was $300 for the first appointment and then $150 for follow-up, but that wasn't with a psychiatrist. That was with a nurse practitioner, which my experience with nurse practitioners has been like awful, where they are horrible when it comes to stuff like this. But yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's exhausting. But soon I'm on this medication called Vraylar, and it's really bougie. So they gave me like a year coupon code so that I can get it for $10 a month. But soon I was so scared about the ER story. I was thinking, what happened? But soon I see a nurse practitioner. I really like her. Did you try urgent care? Yeah, they don't give out psychiatric medication. So, and I mean, I get it. Like, bipolar is really, really, really serious. And I understand that, great story time, Lizzie. Sorry you had to go through so much stress. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like the past week has been awful. But, not awful. Just like some like urgent moments. And then the rest has been fine. But, yeah, so I'm on this medicine called Vraylar. I got on it in July, and the coupon code is going to run out in July. It's only for 12 months. So I have to get on a new antipsychotic by then. So I'm on Lamictal, Seroquel, and Vraylar. And Vraylar is like my Seroquel, it helps me fall asleep at night, but it's not at like a working dosage. I take 300 milligrams, and Vraylar is like the main antipsychotic that like I don't go too manic and everything. Do you pay for medication? Yes. So it's actually pretty cheap with health insurance. Each medicine is like $10 or $15. So that means I'm only spending like $40 a month on medication, which is really cheap compared to like if you didn't have health insurance or you weren't getting the generic medicine, it could be like $3,000 a month. Like, I'm not kidding. One time I went to try to get my medicine and the my insurance didn't cover it, and it was $1,000 they wanted me to pay, and I was like, no way, like I'll just be unmedicated than be paying like more than my rent a month for one of my medications. That's insane. So I only have to pay a small copay. I get generic. Do you have any side effects? How are you not restless from your med combo? So meds affect everyone differently. So I don't know. For me, I've never really had bad side effects. The only medicine that had weird side effects was lithium, which I made a whole video talking about my experience on lithium. But basically, like, I was thirsty all the time and like drinking water and like chugging water, and I had really bad acne, and I was like hot all the time, and I almost passed out all the time. So, oh yeah, horrible side effects. But once I'm on them, and like I have nightmares, I almost pass out. I feel really weak, feverish, nausea. So like the first few weeks on a new medicine, horrible side effects. But once you're on it, there aren't any side effects. So yeah, I'm really lucky though, because I know some people have weight gain and acne and like so many different things. But like when I was in college, I was going on new medications, and it was so bad because like I was someone just DM me on Instagram who needs prayers. Someone was I was going on to lithium, and then right after I went on an antidepressant, and then it's called Cymbalta, and then right after I went on Lamictal, and it was like every week adding a new medicine, and so it was like a month where I was sick and I always tried to go to the gym because working out is the most important thing besides medication and sleep for maintaining bipolar. So like I try to go to the gym every single day and like go running, and I would almost pass out like all the time. And it was like, what do I do? Because I'm constantly upping dosages and adding on new medicines. Weak and nauseous, I couldn't go to class. So it's pretty bad and rough going on medicines, but God is trying to get through to you. Stop ingesting toxins, including opioids and other plant toxins. I don't take opioids. Can you have like less severe bipolar? Yeah. So they actually classify it into like part 1 and part 2. So I have not part 1 and part 2, type 1 and type 2. So I'm type 1, which means you have like manic episodes, and then type 2 is like hypomanic episodes, which are like chill manic episodes. Like hypo means less than. So I don't think she's on opioids. Do you hallucinate when you're manic? No. So hallucination is called psychosis. So some people have that who have bipolar 1, but I've heard voices before, but I haven't and like a couple times. Like it wasn't like a big thing constantly, like but I've never had visual hallucinations before. So I don't know which ones are more likely or anything, but yeah. So luckily I'm on medicine though, so I'm sure if I wasn't, I would have like a lot more weird manic stuff. And who knows, like I went on medication really early on, like caught it. Like psychiatrists were like, you're not bipolar, but I like demanded my diagnosis. And I think if I hadn't been like so proactive and done research, I would have had like really, really bad manic episodes. But I started medicating so early on when I like was barely having like legit hypomanic episodes. So like I don't know how bad it would be because I've always been on medicine, if that makes sense. I'm on Seroquel, and it's a good medicine, I think, and lithium, but Avaria makes me so restlessness. I feel so dizzy because I was off my Lamictal for 2 days, and I felt like such bad withdrawal, and I feel really dizzy right now. So I might leave early, but like I'm gonna try to keep going. But I just wanted to let you guys know I have like a really bad headache, and I feel like hot and like I'm about to pass out. But we're gonna keep going because do you ask Saint Dipna, the patron of mental health, for prayer? No, because I feel like someone who's the patron saint of mental illness, of like depression and anxiety, has no idea what it's like to be bipolar, like no sense of what it's like. So what are you reading currently? I'm reading The Resurrection of the Son of God by N.T. Wright. It's really long, and I'm going to make a video talking about it eventually. Is bipolar hereditary? Yes. Your new nose ring came in! Yeah! Isn't it so cute? I really like it. This is my real skin, by the way. I don't have actual skin, so. Yeah, it's kind of getting red. Like I'm going to pass out too. I think it's my new diet. You're not eating enough carbs, like if you feel like you're gonna pass out. N.T. Wright, what an awesome theologian from Anglican, and he is Anglican. What was I gonna say? Oh, and I'm reading commentary on James since I'm doing my Bible study on James. I love your lashes, thank you. I'm on Latuda, but I'm having trouble getting my insurance to cover it, and I'm really scared to change because I'm doing so well on it. Yeah, the same thing happened with me and, was it Latuda? I think it was different. It started with an L. But yeah, because was it the thing where they give you like, like free medication, free like boxes in the bed before they want to get you on, and then try to see if the insurance covers. That's what happened to me. And then the insurance wouldn't cover it. Does every Protestant, I love your lashes, thank you. Does every Protestant have their own Bible interpretation? I feel like they're really, like I always say, like there's 30,000 ways of interpreting the Bible. Like not really. Like there's a lot of ways of interpreting the Bible, but I think like there's, you know, a lot of different denominations and they have like tweaks of differences, but there really aren't that many. So any future collabs you wish on doing with any other YouTubers? Collab with Gabby After Hours, and soon I should actually message him back. I messaged like weeks ago, and yeah, so we're gonna do something together. So I will plan it out and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like. Yeah, I went to college in Pepperdine. It would have been easy that I just got an email from a psychiatrist who said they're accepting new patients. But it's nurse practitioners. But honestly, like I was talking to Trevor the other day, and he's like, you always know more than your psychiatrist, which is kind of true. So I always know like if I want to go down on a med or go up, and what new meds. Like I always tell my psychiatrist which meds I want to try based upon my own research. So I think it might be okay. Isn't that so funny? I'm telling this story about almost having to go to the ER, and then I get an email from them saying they might have open appointments. So you look good, Lizzie. Thank you. I haven't washed my hair in 2 days, so I feel like my hair looks really bad. And it gets darker if I don't wash it. It's interesting. Hi, Lizzie. I'm Catholic and dating a Protestant. Our faith is important to us both, and we respect our differences, but still grow together in faith. Do you think it's okay wise? So, no. I think you should date a Catholic if you want to raise your kids Catholic. I think it would be really confusing for children. I mean, like at the same time, I receive messages like every week or throughout the week of people who have converted, who've been like married to someone who's Catholic and ended up converting. So like I would pray every day for her to end up becoming Catholic, and maybe like if you think she could, then stay, but if you think she never would convert, then I would break up. Just because you want to be with someone who supports you in your faith. And like I totally understand that Protestants are Christians and everything, but when it comes to children, like the entire point of marriage is raising children and like helping each other get to heaven. And I think it would be so confusing to children to not be harsh, but that's kind of both perspectives. And I guess like if you think she'll end up converting, but at the same time you have to go into, they're so similar. Practitioner. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, my nails are so bad. I need to do them. It's so hard when you don't have a manicure for your nail polish to stay. Like even when I do a top coat, like it falls off so easily. The new nose ring is much better than the last one. Thank you. I've never done like a hanging thing before, but it came with like a lot of different nose rings. It was like $15 from Amazon, and it came with like 20 different nose rings to choose. So there are like some hoop ones and then some like diamond studs. So thank you for the donation. You guys are so sweet. It's a piece of cherry pie. Aw. I don't want to teach my children one thing and have my partner teach them another thing. Yeah. Why does St. Paul call himself a father in the faith to people he's baptized? Because St. Paul was a priest, and priests are called father. Yep. That was actually really helpful in informing me why we could call priests father, because like Peter and Paul refer to people as like their children and stuff. So yep. Why am I getting so exhausted? I was doing fine all day with how I was feeling and stuff, but my parents, Lizzie, when our date, what does that mean? Do you have any professor recommendations? Yes. So first, what's your major? Top professor is Professor Blakely. Tell him you know me. Blake, Blakely. Take Christian political thought if you can. He's like in the political science department, but he teaches philosophy classes in the poli-sci department. And then I want to know what your major is, because then I can tell you like what electives to take and stuff. But also Professor Mason in philosophy, his like ancient and modern classes are so cool. I think my favorite thing is like we have hand gestures in the class. So like if you, I don't know which is which, but if you want to like add on to the point, you do this. And then if you have a new point, you do this. And then if like you have a rebuttal or something, like there's like different hand signals so you can help them make the discussion going, keep the discussion going. My major is math. Interesting. So you should take, definitely Highfield is like a horrible professor. Also, I was in depression that semester, so maybe it wasn't that bad. But I don't know any of the other math teachers. But if you're gonna, you should take logic from the philosophy department. If you're into math, you would probably really like logic a lot. And why don't you DM me on Instagram and I could like give you a pretty long list of people for different majors and stuff. I need to look to see who was my Humanities 3 teacher because that was a horrible class. Also, don't take sociology. Sociology's so stupid. Try to take like psychology instead of sociology. It's way better, although there's too many psych majors, so probably it'll be like so hard to get in, but I feel like they should. For the religion department, take, I don't want to say who to not take on camera because I feel like if this like comes around and someone finds it, so DM me because there's 3 religion classes you have to take, like mandatory. And I am like very strong on like don't take these professors and like take these professors because I was in the religion department, so I had like all the teachers, and then I heard about people who had GEs with other professors. So yeah, I'll help you out maybe in the fall too when you're making your schedule. Is sociology too biased? Sociology is just like so stupid. Like there's no scientific basis in it at all. It's like a soft science, but it's really not. And I think that everyone is an individual, so you can't make like huge blanket statements about how the world works. So Eucharist means Thanksgiving. It's still called Holy Communion and Eucharist. They are interchangeable. Eucharisteo means I give thanks, which is the Eucharist. I guess we've been going for 45 minutes, so that's pretty good with the live stream. I think I was just getting really intense too, thinking about all these situations that have been happening. I'm so glad I figured out how to make my lights twinkle because I think that's way cuter. I don't understand how non-denominational Christianity can actually be a thing when most non-denominational churches subscribe and assume the 5 solas of Protestantism. Yeah, in one of my religion classes in college, we were talking about how most non-denoms end up becoming denominations. Like churches tend towards like tending towards order, if that makes sense. So like there's a lot of like in California, for example, there's like Calvary Chapel, which is non-denom, but they have like a lot of different Calvary chapels. And then in Orange County, there's Mariners, which is non-denom, but they have multiple Mariners campuses. So yeah, a lot of them are Southern Baptist too. So, and it's pretty like fluff if you're gonna act like you don't have strong theology conforming to one denomination. So Lizzie, do you have any suggestions for people who take illegal drugs? I recommend joining like an AA alcohol for drugs class to help for people to help you, and maybe also go to like psychotherapy, because I think that, I mean, I don't know, but I know like for eating disorders, you can go on like SSRIs and it can help. So I wonder if for hard illegal drug addictions, you can go on like some type of SSRI or something and it will help you. So what about a course on international relations? That I can get behind and I think is legit, but not sociology. My dad told me they wouldn't help me with college if I majored in sociology because I had a free ride, but they helped pay for room and board. And they were like, we're not paying for room and board if you major in sociology. Advice for taking... Why are you guys asking me about illegal drugs? I feel like I've never learned theology, so honestly, reading Catholic theology and stuff is helping me decide what my own is and what I identify with. That's so good. I don't know how someone could deny the real presence, because everything surrounding you doesn't believe in real presence. My name is Travis. That's so cool. The girl got into Pepperdine because I was praying in my rosary so much. Is bipolar hereditary? Yes. So my aunt has it and my great grandma has it. So yeah, it's just having certain genes. So I literally tell that when I'm talking to people about being pro-life, that like the moment of conception, you know whether or not someone's bipolar, because those genes are already there. So I'm sure in the future, people are going to start aborting babies with bipolar disorder because they're already aborting Down syndrome. So that's literally what's next. It's like a holocaust of like mental illnesses and disabilities. It's ridiculous. You lost weight. No, I've been at this weight for like over a year. So maybe I lost weight since like 2012. But I've been at this weight for a while. I eat a lot of food. You'd be shocked how much food I eat. And I also work out a lot. Not like over exercise, like maybe 4 or 5 times a week now. I've been working out less because I've just been inside. So, do you stream on Thursdays? Alexa, what day is today?
Today is Thursday, May 7th.
Yeah, it's Thursday, so I'm streaming on Thursday. Are you saying, do I stream on every Thursday? I mean, I don't know. You should take a nap. I know. The British government has forced so many women to abort children who have disabilities. What do you mean forced? Like, they won't? Because I know they have universal health care, so is it like they won't pay for the appointments? See, that's a reason to not get universal health care. That's so scary. LOL, I don't know what day it is either. Yeah. Eat a grassy burger? What does that even mean? No, like court-ordered abortion. Interesting. That's terrifying. I would like flee the country or something. I recommend you see something. Toro, Paula. Is homosexuality bad? Obviously, if you're born with a specific attraction, there's nothing wrong with that. But in the Catholic Church, at least, we believe that the core purpose of marriage is for procreation and helping each other get to heaven, but procreation is like the reason for marriage. And so that's why we think that every sex act needs to be uniting the couple and procreative. So obviously a gay couple cannot be procreative, and it's heartbreaking because I know before I was Catholic, I was pro-gay marriage, and I mean, I don't wish we could be, but you know what I mean? Like, part of me does, because I want to be compassionate and loving towards people who are attracted to someone of the same gender, because that's so hard and like such a cross to bear if you have to be celibate your whole life, but that's the church's view on it. So it's really important though to not be like, homosexuality is a sin, or like being gay is a sin. It's like actions. It's not identity based with how we're making those distinctions. Are you vegan? Yes, I've been vegan for 4 years and it's been the most amazing experience. I feel like the foods I cook now are so well seasoned and have so many like vegetables and herbs in them that I eat better now than I ever did when I was not a vegan. What if those wanting to marriage, but one isn't a kid person? Then you can't get married. If you're not open to having kids, you can't get married in the Catholic Church. During your wedding, you vow to be open to life. And I would say that's not marriage. Like, the purpose of marriage is raising children together. And so it's like, that's not sex if you're not open to having children. Does it ever make you sad how people have given Christianity a bad name by convicting people about sin who don't even know the love of Jesus or follow him? Does not make sense to me. A gay couple can't get pregnant, and pregnancy is the natural, biological, and divine purpose for sex. And in vitro fertilization isn't allowed in the church because sex is for bonding of the couple and babies. And so if you have in vitro fertilization, that sex act is not the bonding of the couple physically. And so that's why we don't have in vitro fertilization. As well as in vitro fertilization aborts a lot of the embryos. So it's like murder is going on essentially. What if you are celibate but not a nun or whatever? Yeah, that's totally fine if you're celibate and want to be roommates or something. As much as the idea of universal salvation seems amazing, this isn't biblical to any extent. Lost is not love. Have you ever read Theology of the Body? I've read excerpts from it, but I haven't read like the entire thing, so. Not all sex is procreative. In the Catholic Church, old people cannot have children. So it has to be open to life. So that doesn't mean like every time you have sex, you get pregnant. Obviously, like even people who are young and of a fertile age, I mean, if they're doing NFP, they literally know that like the majority of the month they can't get pregnant, but they're still allowed to have sex. And so it just means you're open to life, meaning you're not using contraception or birth control that's like obstructing and like blocking you from being able to have children. The British government, as well as most British people, don't care about abortion. So do you mean that, so my Lamictal, because I was off of it, I still am having like I slept for like 13 hours last night and it was so painful to wake up. I wish there was a Lizzie's Answers Discord. What is Discord? What does that mean? Indeed, as well as married women who are already pregnant. Exactly. So as long as you're not like blocking it by contraception or birth control, then it's fine. If you want to sleep, sleep. Okay, how about once we get to an hour? I don't know. Maybe I should just go. Discord isn't. Oh, you wish I had an app? Interesting. Thanks, Lizzie. I'm heading out. Bye, Nate. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me. What if a married couple in which they have a kid already and one finds they're not a kid person but still love their child? Then that's fine. I mean, what do you mean? Like they don't want to have more kids, or I don't understand. Take care of yourself. You've been having a rough time. I know. How long is left? You've almost been an hour. Plus, in the Bible, God miraculously made old and infertile women pregnant, so we never know, but God is not going to make a man be pregnant because men aren't built that way. Did an abortion get legalized last October in Northern Ireland? I think it was like Ireland, not Northern Ireland. Do all Catholics oppose birth control? So in the US, there's like 90% of Catholics use birth control. So it's something that is not being taught very well in churches, which is why I talk about it so much in videos and live streams. Because, yeah, so many Catholics don't understand the teaching, so they reject the teaching, which is really sad. So, guys, thumbs up the video, like the video. Thank you. It helps my place in the YouTube algorithm. I think I'm gonna go soon, so I'm gonna wait for more people to thumbs up the video. Could two people who don't want to have kids be married in the Catholic Church? No, unfortunately, no. Because when you get married, you vow, like you have to vow when you get a Catholic marriage, that you're going to be open to having children. Are you from the USA? Yes, I am American. I was born and raised here. I did live in Russia for 3 or 4 years, or 5, I forget. So I was a baby. Interesting. Ireland abortion got legalized through a referendum, but in Northern Ireland, I believe the British government forced abortion to be legalized because of the absence of something. So the Catholic Church rejects birth control, but a lot of American Catholics don't follow it. Exactly. Your YouTube keeps unsubscribing me. I know, isn't YouTube horrible? They unsubscribe people, they un-notification bell people. When people are on notification squad, they don't send them notifications. Like, I recommend you see P. Louis Toro. I don't know who that is. Yeah, sadly, I thought the British Parliament forced both gay marriage and abortion. That doesn't seem very democratic. I wouldn't want to live there and not have freedom. That's kind of stupid that, like, Northern Ireland and Ireland are separate too. It's really sad. If someone uses birth control, does that require confession? Yes. All of Americans aren't following Catholic teaching. I mean, I'm sure everyone sins, and so in different areas, so many people aren't following the church teaching. Also, after you guys thumbs up the video, make sure to click the bell button next to the subscribe button, and make sure when you click it, you click all notifications, because it automatically says some notifications, so make sure to click all notifications. Northern Ireland and Ireland are separated because Northern Ireland wants to be separate. Interesting. Justin Martyr or Tertullian recognized as a church father. Tertullian was a heretic towards the end of his life, but Justin Martyr, I'm not sure if... Yay! I'm like 95% sure he's a church father, but why don't you Google it? If I marry and start a family, I plan on using Shuttle's method to have a boy and be on strict organic diet and off my Zoloft. I'll write down my journal and planner. Will you do the same when you have yours? So, when I get married, I want to get pregnant right away, so we won't use, like, natural family planning or anything right away. But, I mean, it depends on my bipolar. Like, if my bipolar happens to be really bad, then maybe wait a little bit. But, yeah, I'm going to use natural family planning to space out children and everything. Yeah, and some notifications are so random. Yeah, so make sure to click all notifications. Can you do that to get a boy? No, I don't think it works. Justin Martyr and Tertullian seem to be pacifists in their writing. Wow, that's interesting. You should do a collab with someone Orthodox. I have. I've collabed with Orthodox Lunatic. Bye, Lizzie. Take care. Bye. I'm gonna go soon too. What about a woman who uses birth control as a way of combating a severe form of PMS? Yes. I should have said that. I'm so sorry I didn't say that. If you have really painful periods, or you have PCOS, ovarian cysts that are going to kill you, like, absolutely get on birth control. Obviously, there's natural ways to deal with that, but the natural doctors are really, really hard to find depending on where you live. Like, just how I was talking about how hard it is to find a psychiatrist, it's like that, finding a natural doctor who helps with PCOS. So, yeah, use birth control. Obviously, there is a philosophy thing that Thomas Aquinas says called the principle of double effect. So that means if you do something and another effect comes out of it, but you don't intend that effect, then you're doing a moral action. So, like with birth control, the double effect of being on birth control to treat horrible periods or to treat PCOS is preventing pregnancy. But the principle of double effect says that's not your intent in birth control. So yeah, the church is pro-science, so a lot of people try to be like, no, only use natural ways to treat PCOS, just eat like a gluten-free diet. And it's like, no, you can die and have an ovarian rupture and have surgery, don't mess around. So listen to your doctor, and maybe the natural way would have less side effects. I don't know anything about it, so yeah, all I know is the church allows you to take care of it with birth control. So what's PCOS? It's where you have cysts, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So you basically have cysts on your ovaries that can explode and kill you. Kind of like appendicitis, only on your ovaries. So yeah. The pills do negative things to women and are in the water supply. Yeah, so it's horrible for the environment to be on hormonal birth control. So yeah. I've had a ruptured cyst. I heard it's worse than pregnancy, the pain of it. Anyways, I love you guys so much. We're going to end the live stream. I will see you guys in my next video, which is reacting to Reddit hate comments. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.